In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my nails at home. I've been doing my own nails for about 2 years now because I was so tired of wasting money at the nail salon and also from paying and being disappointed in the final product. So I decided to start learning how to do my own nails. I have gone from dip to gel extensions, and this is what I've been doing lately. I will link every single product down below if you guys want to buy it. I also will leave links to different TikTokers and creators that have really helped me in learning how to do my own nails. It really just came from trial and error, and also just looking at TikToks, Instagram videos, YouTube videos, and slowly but surely I am starting to get better. So this is the final product, and if you guys want to see how I did this, then just keep on watching. These are my old nails. They're about 3 weeks old and 2 of them have fallen off. They're a little bit overgrown, so it's definitely time to redo my nails. The first thing I do is I take my nail clipper and I'm just going to clip off the nail extension right above where my natural nail is. It's really important to make sure that you don't clip off your actual nail, so I always check underneath just to make sure I'm not getting my real nail. Next, I'm going to take my electric nail file and use this sand piece to basically just file off the top coat and as much of the gel as possible. This has a speed setting and I always put it on low. Now, if you don't have an electric nail file, you can just use a file and do this by hand, but that is going to take a lot longer. I also make sure to file off any of the flowers, pearls, or other things I added on. Now on 2 of my fingers, as you guys can see, I put a lot of pearls on, and so I did switch back and forth between a hand file and my electric file, and it honestly was a little bit difficult to take this off, but it's super important to get off anything you added on and as much of the gel as possible. That will make the next step of soaking off a lot easier and quicker. To soak off my nails, I'm taking a warm tub of water, some acetone 100%, cotton balls, and just any old sandwich or plastic bag. I'm going to gently tear apart the pieces of cotton, and I usually use maybe like 5 or 6 cotton balls for each hand. After putting them into the sandwich bag, I'm just going to pour a decent amount of acetone in and then stick my hand into the bag, into the warm water, and this is how I'm going to soak off the gel polish. It usually takes about 15 minutes per hand, depending on how many layers of gel that I put on. As you're soaking off, make sure that you wiggle your fingers around and rub them against the cotton to speed up the process. Once the gel is soft, I'm going to take this metal nail file and just gently push off some of that extra gel that did not already soak off. The process of removing the gel from this first hand did take a lot longer than it usually does, probably because of how many extra coats of gel I put on to achieve this design, but after about 20 minutes I finally was able to get all the gel off of my left hand. Since the first hand did take a bit longer, for the right hand, I'm going to spend a lot more time e-filing off the top layer and the gel coats just to make sure that I'm getting as much off as possible before going to soak off the rest. And I finally got all the gel off both of my nails, so it's time to start prepping for my new set. I'm going to take this round piece on my electric nail file and just gently go around to touch up the cuticle area and get off any dead skin. Then I just gently push back my cuticles, and I don't like to cut them or do too much, just very gently push them back. Next, I'm taking a glass nail file to gently shape my natural nail before I go in with the fake extension nails. My natural nails are often prone to splitting and breaking, so I'm going to just cut off or file off any nails that look weak. Now I'm going to take an alcohol prep pad to wipe off any dust and oils from my fingers. So since my nails have been weak, I'm taking builder gel, but before I'm going to layer a coat of primer onto each nail. And then I'm going to put a nice layer of builder gel. This is to protect my natural nails because, as you guys saw earlier, some of them do tend to break. So I'm just going to put a layer on all of my nails. You can skip this step if you have strong natural nails, but this time around I am going to add that in. I'm going to cure the entire hand for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to just buff off all of my nails so I have a nice rough surface to start off with. I also take a file and just make sure I shape up the edges. And again, taking that alcohol wipe and removing any dust from the nails. So these are the gel extensions I'm going to be using in the shape medium almond. So it's really important to find nails that properly fit your nails. So I take a bit of time to go through and size all of my nails. For the most part, since I've been doing this, I know what my sizes are, but I always just like to check and even reshape my natural nails to fit these nails better. I love this brand of nails because they're really thin and they also already have the underneath part etched out, which makes it a lot better for applying and maintaining lasting nails. This small lamp from Beetles is what I'm going to use to individually cure my fingers, so I'm going to plug that in. And this is what I'm using to stick on the nail tips. Using this nail glue from Beetles, I'm going to add a nice even layer underneath the nail with a little bit of a puddle towards the very bottom. Now, this next part definitely does take practice, but you are going to apply the nail at a 45-degree angle and make sure the gel covers your entire natural nail. After the nail is on, I'm going to gently hold it on and cure it for 10 seconds. So this one actually came out crooked and I had to just quickly remove the nail. Again, I still make mistakes, but I'm going to start over. So after I took that nail off, I'm going in again and doing all of my nails. Learning how to properly apply the nail extension is definitely the part that had the biggest learning curve, but now I'm able to apply it to where they last me for up to 3 to 4 weeks. Also, make sure that you are curing underneath the nail and even rotating it as it's under the lamp to make sure every single part gets cured. After all fingers are done, I'm doing an entire hand cure for 60 seconds. And this is the nail extension versus my natural nail. So I'm going to quickly just shape up the nail a bit. They are pre-shaped, but these almond are a bit more pointy than I would like, so I'm going to just gently round out the tips of the nails. After shaping all of my nails, I'm going to file gently on the top of each of my nails to again create a rough surface. Rough surfaces are what you want for your nail polish to stick. And I'm going to rinse off my hands with water, and then finally it's time to apply polish. This is the foundation and top coat I'll be using, and these are the gel polish colors that I'm going to do for today. So I'm going to take a small container of alcohol and a brush as well as a wooden cuticle stick to touch up any mistakes I make. I'm gonna go in with my Beetles foundation and do a very light coat on each of my hands and then cure that for 60 seconds. I'm going in with this white color from Beetles, and typically I do 2 to 3 layers depending on how much pigment the gel polish has. For any mistakes that I make around the cuticle area, I'm taking that brush dipped in alcohol and just going to gently remove any of that excess gel polish. Okay, so after curing, this polish was not completely dry, so I put it in for another 60 seconds, but look, something about this polish was just not curing, and so I decided to take it off and try one more time to see if I could get it to work. This has actually never happened to me before, so it was really strange that this polish was just not working for me today. After trying again, the polish was still doing the same thing, so I removed it and I'm just going to switch to do a different color. So I'm going in with this other color that's a nice soft pink and just going to do a base coat on each of my fingers. Now I'm going in with a different color that's more of a bubblegum pink, and I ended up doing about 3 to 4 coats on each finger because this is a really transparent polish, but I did like the milky look that it gave me. So after going in on all of my fingers a couple of times, this is what the final result was like. Lastly, I'm going to go in with a top coat, and I like this top coat because it does not require you to wipe it off after. Lots of gel top coats leave a very sticky finish, but this one is a no wipe top coat. As you're doing this, make sure that you get the edges nice and good, and then I'm actually going to go in and cure for 2 minutes just to make sure everything gets nice and dry. And these are the final nails. I'm going to go in and do the exact same thing with my other hand. After finishing, you definitely need to apply some cuticle oil and probably even some lotion because your hands have been through a lot of trauma today. This entire process from start to finish does take me about 3 hours, but I usually take breaks in between removal, applying the extensions, and the actual painting. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. These nails will actually last me for about 3 to 4 weeks, but usually I redo them every 2 weeks because for me personally, I just don't like the look or the feeling of grown out nails. They are not perfect. I mess up, make mistakes, have to redo them, but as I've been practicing over the past couple of years actually, I definitely have improved a lot. Today's design was super simple. I have dabbled in things like French tip, adding crystals and rhinestones, but today I just wanted a nice, clean, simple set. So again, all the products that I use will be linked down below in the description. Make sure that if you guys enjoyed this, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.